Right now we are at 55 crore plus. Did you expect these kind of numbers?
No, not at all. These are crazy, unheard numbers. Sairat was the only film that had done above 50. I just want to thank the audience for going and watching it.
There were many important aspects. What all was important? Your first directorial Marathi film should do well. Genelia is coming back. There was so much excitement about that.
I always feel that a film success is always a collective effort. There's no one person or one department that can take the whole credit of a film's success.
So was this a challenge to get the shows that you want, the number of shows you want, the timings that you want? Did you achieve? Was it easy? Was it tough?
We did struggle at a level to get studio on board.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but the pressure came onto us because we had to suddenly release it ourselves, and everything depended on the box office.
What did the members of the Marathi film industry, friends, anyone, what did they say?
So there's a lot of excitement within the industry because everyone is rooting that this film should work.
Right.
And I'm so glad that as industry, they all thought that it was their film.
Right.
And hopefully, if this film opens doors or it runs well.
Riteish Deshmukh, welcome to Bollywood Hungama once again.
Thank you.
Right. We sat right here before your release,
Sure.
and now this is a much more relaxed Riteish. This is much more calm and relaxed.
More than calm, relaxed, I think relieved.
Relieved.
For last 6 months, we were at it trying to, everything was against time and we were rushing and trying to do as much as you can. But it's Wade is in its 4th week, so of course it's more relaxed, but my first feeling is of being relieved.
Relieved, right.
Relief rather.
Right. So right now we are at 55 crore plus. Did you expect these kind of numbers?
No, not at all. These are crazy, unheard numbers.
Yeah.
Sairat was the only film that had done above 50.
Right.
What Sairat did was magnificent. And it was one off zone. We never thought that one could ever get into that zone. So, the fact that our second week was better than the first week, and also it wasn't a slow starter.
Right.
So I can understand that the film started slow and then whatever. So we started really well, and to sustain that, I just want to thank the audience for going and watching it. With maximum strength on the first day, telling other people to go and watch it. So word of mouth played a really big part in this film's success.
Right. There were many important aspects. What all was important? Your first directorial Marathi film should do well. Genelia is coming back. There was so much excitement about that. You always see the larger picture that Marathi cinema mein we have to move forward. You achieved all these things these tick marks.
No, so when a film does well, primarily the film needs to do well.
Right.
Nothing is bigger than the film. No actor is bigger than the film. No director is bigger than the film. Inherently, the film has to do well. Maybe a director has directed a film. I'm not talking about Wade, but I'm just saying anybody in the film. But it's important that the performers also need to be great. Apart from that, you might have a film that has great performances and is directed well. But it's not pitched and promoted well, so the producers need to really come and the marketing team really needs to come and pitch. So I always feel that a film success is always a collective effort. There's no one person or one department that can take the whole credit of a film's success. Apart from all this, you need great distributors to make sure that the film is available at the cinemas and at the right showcasing, because Marathi films struggle to get the kind of showcasings it deserves. So so putting these 3 points, I think it was important for the film to do well. The fact that the film is received so well, which was something that we never imagined. If I have to take away first thing, I'm happy that there's a film in the Marathi industry that has done such numbers, so that gives probably more strength for other filmmakers to make subjects that yes, it is possible to get Marathi audiences to the cinema as long as we are able to entertain them. Hopefully studios will pump in more money and make bigger films because we really struggle with budgets. So hopefully the studio's belief in Marathi films and give them enough budget. Hopefully, digital and satellite guys really give value to the product. So once all this, ecosystem is extremely like when you make a Hindi film and when you have a certain star cast, you already know what your recoveries are.
Right.
Marathi films, it's extremely difficult to figure out what your recoveries are.
So was this a challenge to get the shows that you want, the number of shows you want, the timings that you want? Did you achieve? Was it easy? Was it tough?
It's always tough. I'll tell you what. When we started making the film, me and Genelia, we thought, okay, fine, we'll make the film. We didn't have a studio on board.
Okay.
So we put in everything that we had into the film that we believed in. And we hope that, okay, fine, we're making a film that is of certain scale, of a certain, how do I say, visual appeal. The quality of music is great because it's Ajay Atul. And there's a certain sensibility that might attract youngsters as well as family audiences. Of course, ever so grateful to Salman Bhau for doing that song. That added immense value to us as a film. So having all these things and probably making the film that probably would be able to build a certain curiosity for people. Still, we did struggle at a level to get studio on board.
Okay.
So fair enough. I mean, it unfortunately didn't work out, but the pressure came onto us because we had to suddenly release it ourselves. And everything depended on the box office. If it didn't work on box office, it would have been a huge setback for Genelia and me. Financially, of course, and more than financially also, it was a film that needed to be seen. And when you talk about whether distribution was easy, I think if you go to these numbers are done with 410 screens.
Yeah, wow.
So it's not like a big Hindi or South film that releases in 4,000 screens or 5,000 screens. Limited 410 screens. We started with 900 to 1,000 shows per day on Friday, and we did about 2.25 crores, which is a big number and highest opener for that year post-pandemic. Then Saturday was bigger, then Sunday was bigger. So by the time our second week started, we were already on to 2,500 shows.
Right. Okay, amazing.
Daily means like almost 150% jump or probably more. So that was important, that when a film runs, showcases automatically increase. People ask for those shows.
So you're saying it was a challenge to get a studio on board. Then you had to release it on your own. Now in hindsight, you think seeing the numbers, everything happens for the best.
This is God's blessing, right? These are not. This is not in your control. I mean, one cannot ever be sure of what kind of love a film might receive. Figures are separate, right?
Okay.
But the kind of love the film is received, I'm more interested in that, because it's become personal for few people. It's become, families are going, kids are enjoying the film, as well as grandfathers and grand aunts, uncles, aunties, families are going. I remember one person said 81 members of my family are going to watch this film. So when was the last time when entire family thought, let's all collectively go and watch a film?
Amazing.
There's another show in somewhere in Solapur where they booked about 381 women booked tickets together.
Wow, super.
I would like to mention this. There's a theatre in Akluz called Sri Ram, and that had highest collection for a day in the theatre was 180,000 for a day. Our first day was 169, and we were thrilled because it was more than big hits like KGF for Marathi cinema. And by Sunday, on that single day collection, we were 3.5 lakhs, so almost double of what Bahubali was. I'm not comparing my film to that film, but I'm just saying that in a particular theatre where there's already a successful film, there was Wade that did twice the business. That only goes to show that some other film can come and break Wade's record. So as industry, I'm extremely excited that if you're able to curate films, then people will go and watch it.
Amazing, Riteish, you've done this. I also want to know, what did your fraternity members? What did the members of the Marathi film industry, friends, anyone, what did they say? Like, what was the big reaction that you got?
I'm telling you, when the promos came out and we started promoting, so there was a certain buzz that we understood that because this time we took the promotions in our hands. So Genelia was hands-on in terms of which TV show, when are we shooting, when is it going to be released. So if this is going to be telecast on this day, she made sure the other shows don't telecast, and she went into each and every interviews that needs to be done. When are they going to? So every interview that we did, we used to ask when are they going to put it on digital or whatever. It's important because it's also according to our plan. So we had to pre-shoot it and do a lot of stuff. And you guys also were extremely kind in doing the same, because what happens is that for bigger films, suppose I do Houseful 5, it's a big film, it takes care of itself, or a Dhamal 4. It's a huge film, it's a franchise value, and it takes care of itself. But when it comes to a Marathi film like Wade, when you're invested yourself, then you have to really micromanage everything. And I thought that Genelia really took care of that because I was busy completing my film. And so yes, when you talk about what kind of reactions was in, so when the promos started coming, people thought that here is a film that we've never seen being promoted at this level at Marathi. So there's a lot of excitement within the industry because everyone is rooting that this film should work. And I'm so glad that as industry they all thought that it was their film. And hopefully if this film opens doors or it runs well, then it sets a certain path for other films to certainly go ahead. And this happened way back in 2000, I would say 12, 13, 14. Duniadari, there's a film called Duniadari which did about 25 crores, which was one of the first films that did, apart from of course me, Shivaji Raje Bhosle Bolte, which was a few years before that. But Duniadari did 25. Then Time Pass, Ravi Jadav's Time Pass came, and that did around 30 crores. Then Laybhari came, and Laybhari did about 33, 34 crores. Then Natasamrat came, and that did about 40 crores.
So it's growing.
And then Sairat came, which did about 88, 90 crores. So that had a precedent of being said. Then it was a big lull, of course, we all know. And I'm glad that Pawan Khin did well early in the year. And now towards the end of the year and starting this Wade, which has grossed almost 55, and let's see where the lifetime of it heads. But I'm excited that Maharashtra is a population of 12 to 12.5 crores. Almost 8.5 to 9 crores are Marathi speaking population, which is as much or more than Andhra population or Karnataka. And the industry is doing so well. They are they're supporting the industry. So I hope that this kind of support continues for the films to come.